In our first story, the Volta Region Caucus of Parliament is preparing to meet with the Volta Regional Minister over the recent attacks by the group of separatists pushing for secession of the Volta region from Ghana. Now, this is the latest among efforts underway to find a lasting solution to the tension in parts of the region. My colleague Ivy Setoji is monitoring the latest developments and joins us live with more. Ivy, has the meeting begun?
The meeting is yet to begin. The meeting, we were told, will start at 12. It's already 12. They are waiting for the regional minister so they can start the meeting. It is expected that the MPs caucus in Parliament will discuss or dialogue with the minister on the possible ways to end this issue of violence going on in the Volta region by the separatist group. So this is the meeting they are going to have. We don't know the details of the meeting yet, but it is about dialoguing with the regional minister on what to do about this issue. So for now, we are waiting for both the regional minister and the MPs to get this meeting started.
So what have the members of parliament been telling you on the side of this?
Well, for now, we wanted to talk to them earlier, but Okujeto Ablakwa told us that unless they speak with the minister, they will not be able to speak to the media. So we should wait for them to have a meeting with the media. Will be in attendance anyway, to have a meeting with the minister. Then, after that, they can address the media.
So before the meeting begins, it's been close to 24 hours since that attack on the STT yard in the regional capital, Ivy. How are the people faring?
For now, Ho in particular is calm. There are lots of military presence, heavy military presence in the town. Last night we saw a lot of military personnel in Ho. In North Town, for example, the town is also calm with a lot of security personnel also there. So for now, everything is calm. But residents, according to them, are still living in fear because of what happened and what they said might happen next. They don't know what will happen next, and they want the government to intervene immediately so that they don't see what happened the last time repeat itself.
Thank you, Ivy Setoji, for those updates. Now, Ghana does not exist, and there's no document as proof of unification between government and the Western Togoland. In other words, members of the part of the Volta region pushing for secession from Ghana. Now, that's the argument of the former Member of Parliament for Hohoi North, Mr. Kosi Kedem, who is blaming the failure of successive governments to listen to the concerns of the agitating group for the recent disturbances in the Volta region. He spoke on Tuesday night's PM Express with Evans Mentor.
Resolution 1044, we recognize the union, recommended union. The same resolution 1044, UN resolution 1044, invited the British government, which was the administering authority, to take such steps as necessary to bring about the union. Now, so if a trust territory being ruled by the UN and a colony being ruled by Britain are to come into a union, what do? You have to sit the two of them down for them to determine what type of government they will have, what should be their responsibility and obligation and benefit. Such a thing did not happen. No meeting took place between the people of Gold Coast and Togoland, call it conference or meeting or seminar. But what happens is that on the eve of Gold Coast independence, around 4th March, the British government, with the help of the CPP government, just sent troops to Togoland and occupied the place on the pretext that they were quelling rebellion. So the invitation which the UN extended to the British to take such necessary steps, which of course will be constitutional and legal steps, never materialized. Never materialized. Rather, they forcibly integrated Togoland with the Gold Coast.
So
Now, integration means Gold Coast, the Togoland was losing its identity completely, and it was being consumed by Gold Coast. They didn't have any constitutional rights.
So would you say that this current manifestation of this struggle is just a struggle for identity?
Please, let me finish, then you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, because Britain refused to go the full length to implement Resolution 1044, there is no union on the so-called union between Ghana and Togoland. And all that most people are asking for is that, look, you've been with the Gold Coast since 1914.
Mm-hmm.
You rectify the constitutional error and blunder which the British caused. And we go on as usual as brothers and sisters. But what has happened is that the successive governments of Ghana have not had the courage to listen to. They don't have the courage to listen to anything about Togoland. In fact, during Nkrumah's time, the mere mention of the word Togoland will let you.
Let me ask, when you say successive government have not had time to listen to, what are they going to listen to? What is it that they can do for the people?
We are saying there's no union document on a so-called union between Ghana and Togoland. De facto, they are one this thing, but legally, Ghana does.
Now, Mr. Kedem also underscored the essence of a dialogue to promote a peaceful coexistence between government and the group, demanding secession of the Volta region.
If somebody says he has a problem, be it constitutional or legal, or even cultural, and you are in a community together, and they say, I have a problem, you invite the person and at least listen to him. Look, I have appeared before the National Reconciliation Commission, 2002, and I presented the petition and drew the attention.
The petition to do what exactly? What were you petitioning for?
That there's no union document on the so-called union.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a secessionist?
Why should I be a secessionist?
It's just a clarity.
That question is provocative.
No, I'm asking me. I mean, just so clarity, because people are listening, so that we clarify that. I mean, so what exactly are you asking for in the petition?
I'm saying that there is no union document on the so-called union, so it should be rectified, and we stay together as brothers and sisters.
Okay.
What are you going to do with the secession?
Okay.
I'm saying that we have stayed together since 1914.
So
up to date.
Continue.
So what are you going to secede for?
But because the reason why we're having this is to find a solution. So we want us to stay together. And again, everybody who's listening who may be part of those who started the violence on Friday, what you're saying is that we cannot break apart.
No.
We cannot use violence.
No.
We still need to remain together as one people, correct?
I've been telling people that violence
cannot solve the problem.
Listen, violence, confrontation, repression, they are very powerful. But dialogue, negotiation, and engagement are far more powerful than violence.
Okay.
Now, Vice President of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, Togbi Teprehodo IV, however, describes the attacks by the group as criminal, which require arrest and prosecution.
That what has happened, or the events that happened over the weekend and last night, are all plain criminal acts. I think that's the premise from which we should start all the talk. Mm. And you see, as far as all of us are concerned, even if these people claim to have some case, I don't think that they are bringing that case up in the proper way. We live in a civilized society, and I think that what people ought to do to articulate their grievances is to follow due process. The mere fact that they have resorted to these kinds of acts, which are criminal in nature, for some of us, makes it very difficult for anybody to even throw any sympathy at them. that is the starting point of all these discussions. Because if you go on this kind of rampage, you cause bodily injury to people. Death has resulted. And as we have stated in our press statement, innocent people have even been arrested. I don't think this kind of thing all very well for any group of people who would want to be hurt